It's Michelle, and I've got a bead charm project for you guys today. I feel like it's been so long since I've done a bead charm, and I'm really excited about the one we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing a penguin, and I think of penguins for Christmas and for winter time. We're going to be building just the penguin itself, but if you wanted to make it more Christmassy, you could add the Santa hat on top, like I did on top of my Grinch bead charm, and that would make it a very Christmassy penguin. Otherwise, it's just a penguin, and you can use it whenever. So for the feet of my penguin, I'm going to be using this little wavy disc-shaped bead, and I thought it was really, really cute, and it's the perfect orange color for penguin feet. And that is, I think, 7 millimeters across by about 3 millimeters thick. And those came in a pack of 20, and I'll leave the link for you guys in the description, as well as the link for this bead here. It is a 10 millimeter bead, and I've got it turned around backwards so that you guys can only see one side right now. I think it's really cute, and I can't wait to show you. So that's going to be the body, and then an 8 millimeter to 9 millimeter bead for the head. This one was in an 8 millimeter pack, but it was more like about 8.5 millimeters, closer to 9. I didn't have any 9 millimeter round black beads, but I found one as close to 9 as I could. The 8 seemed to look a little bit too small, so if I had 9s, I would go with that. And it is just a solid black round glass bead. And then I have a 2-inch head pin and a lobster clasp. And what I wanted to show you guys about the body, it's a 10 millimeter bead, and they are black and white. So I'm going to turn that around and show you guys the other side. I chose the one that I thought looked most like a penguin's body to do my penguin charm with today. And I think that is absolutely adorable. And the first thing I thought of when I saw that bead online was a penguin. I was just browsing and saw those beads, and all I could see was a penguin. So I started my search for what to use as feet and what to use as the head. And what to use as the head was really what took a little bit of time for me to figure out. And I finally just decided to go with the solid black. I thought about using another one of the black and white to put that on top. And I thought about even getting a larger one of these as the body and using this size here as the head. And I just wasn't happy with the way it looked all white up the front, so I decided against that. And then I decided to go with the black. So we're just going to start building him. And if you guys don't want to make your own jump ring, I should have said this when I was giving you the list of what I was using. If you don't want to make your own jump ring, you can go ahead and bring in a jump ring with your supplies. But I always like to make my own and use the extra from my head pin. So first I'm going to put on my wavy disc bead. And then I'm going to put on my penguin body bead, the black and white. And I chose which direction that I thought really looked like the way it would go on the body of a penguin, and I think that is super adorable. And then I'm going to put on the solid black bead for the head. And there is our penguin. But I stressed over whether or not to put a face on it and how that was going to go, but I really think it's just cuter if you just leave that implied and just sort of put these beads here together. I think it's adorable. So that's how I decided to go with it. So I'm going to hold all of my beads firmly together here, pressing down, and bend my head pin over at about a 90-degree angle. And I'm going to cut off all but about a 1/4 inch of that and lay that aside. That's what I'm going to use for my jump ring. And then I'm going to bring in my round nose pliers and roll that into a loop. I'm still at a little bit of an angle here, but once I get my loop, we'll straighten that back out. So I'll just bring my flat nose pliers and straighten up my loop. And isn't he just adorable? I think that is so cute. Sometimes I try to get a little too detailed with my bead charms. I really try to pay attention to too much detail, when really with the bead charms I think it turns out a lot cuter if you just leave some things implied. And I think that was the case with my penguin here. I've had these beads for such a long time wanting to do this, and I just was never satisfied with what I had going on until I decided to just leave that implied and not try to make it more complicated than it should be. Okay, so just clip that where they meet. And then I'm going to get a hold of that with my flat nose pliers. And I can open that in my little ring. And I'm going to dangle on my penguin and then my lobster clasp. And I can close that back up. And that is all there is to it. Just those 3 little beads to create a penguin bead charm. And I think he is so adorable. So you guys be sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you think of my penguin bead charm. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, give me a like over on my Facebook page, and be sure to join our Facebook group Craftie Minds. Also follow me on Pinterest and Instagram, and don't forget to visit my blog. I'll put the links to everything in the description below, so be sure and check them out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.